hard moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai
and it must come with one responsibility. People on the basis of what they express. Can you imagine? He look at that was to make this loose talker, this self-read, very imprudent young boy as a deputy minister for public affairs. Daniel has shown by all indication that he's self-read. He's got no good upbringing. I understand that he comes from father lineage is from Bomi County, and that is a predominantly, Islamic or Muslim county, and people bring their children up, especially always around your parent. They tell you what is good for you and what is not good for you, and I'm sure that his migration to Monrovia has had a toll on him. Hence, he doesn't know that you don't disrespect people on the basis of what they express. Can you imagine? He look at Mr. Cummins, Mr. Creighton Duncan, former President Weah. The man has insulted everybody in our country. He has insulted everybody who disagree professionally with Joseph Newman Boakai. Once you say something that is presumed to be in disagreement with Mr. Joseph Boakai, immediately, even it is 2 a.m. in the morning, he will run to that platform at the Information Ministry. That is his assignment. His assignment is at any time, there should be no second that will pass by when you hear any disagreement against the president and you don't run to that platform and insult that person. So the Ministry of Information has now been reduced to the Ministry of Insult. The Ministry of Insult. The Ministry of Disrespect to the norms of society. It is very unfortunate that, to wrap it up from my end, very unfortunate that you will have taxpayers' money being wasted on that ministry. A ministry that is supposed to speak for the 3 branches of government. The Ministry of Information is not only for the executive branch. But Daniel Sano, Jeremy Pian, stay on that platform. They insult senator, they insult representative, they insult members of the judiciary, they insult members of the clergy, they insult market women, they insult everybody. Power has gotten over their head. They insult just anybody who have any disagreement with the government. The Constitution provides freedom of expression. And it must come with one responsibility. What wrong did Mr. Kumi do? Let's use Mr. Kumi as an example of recent. What did he do to say that nothing has changed in Liberia? Is it true? Is it not true that nothing has changed in Liberia? people not going to school.
You're female and you're very educated. Now, putting female on you, that's not to look down upon you, but you're female, you're a mother. You know what I mean to bring up a child, and that child is decent, the child is not decent, is from that perspective. So what do you mean of, every day you wake up, children hearing insult everywhere on national radio? How is it appealing to you?
It's actually disappointing looking at the fact that that portion of the executive branch, that particular ministry, should serve as the arm of the government communication, information to disseminate thoughts. Seeing these people every day when you wake up, when you say Liberia green, Liberia black, these are practical things, these are vivid things we are seeing with our eyes. And you got a bunch of ignorant, naive, and inept people sitting down at that ministry, claiming to be, informed. Let me say this. This government, especially the information ministry under this Boakai-led government, is the most arrogant and useless arm of the executive branch. You have Jeremiah Pierre that can finish from the Calabash. He's one of the uninformed ministers ever Liberia has produced. Every Saturday, every Friday, Jeremiah Pierre has placed the Calabash as part of his major TOR. So if you got bunch of illiterate, bunch of arrogant people serving in government, this is what you have. This is what you have. They cannot even accept an honest advice from political, or let's say from prominent figures in this country. They see everything as propaganda. They see everything as bringing the government down. They see everything, as denigrating the government. No, that is not the aim of people that come up every day to speak in favor of the Liberian people. We cannot just sit down and watch Boakai and his surrogates to, to keep decreasing the image of this country on a globe, on the international, or on the international space. We cannot accept that. So when we come out to speak facts, Jeremiah Pierre and Daniel Sando, who literally, I don't know if I sometimes say that I feel sorry for his mother. You know what it takes for a woman to go through, 9 months of pregnancy, of vomiting, and you got an offspring that will just sit down and start insulting people. So Jeremiah Pierre and that of Daniel Sando, they are not just doing, themselves harm. They are also doing their future children harm. Imagine you.
Since 2013, there has been consistent reporting on rape cases. When you report, it has the tendency to scare people. When you report, it gives the civil society, women grouping, and other advocates the tools and power to advocate for funding, to locate victims, and find remedy for their situation. Since 2013 up to 2023, there has been consistent reports published on the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection website. Today, I challenge you to go on the Ministry of Gender website. Since Mr. Boakai came to power, there has been zero reportage, publication of rape cases. The question now is, why is the government failing to report? Why this government since 2024? And my brother, one of our colleagues, a panelist, just shared with me a data. The highest number of rape recorded was 2022. It was the time everybody in this country, they were all advocates, they were jumping here and there. And the number at the time was just 2,708. That was the entire calendar year. Today we are still in October as I speak to you. From our own, intelligence gathering, out of curiosity, out of research, we've been able to establish that as of today's date, there has been 2,759 rape cases in Liberia, even though that has not been officially published yet by our government. The reason why they are shielding this report, refusing to publish this report, we do not know. But by logical intuition, given the multiplicity of rape, given the alarming increase of rape, not by ordinary citizens, but by officials of government and government carelessness towards prosecuting these cases, we now deduce why this government is refusing to publish the data on rape. Because if you have a government almost 2 years vehemently refusing to report, donors are giving money. Money is captured in the budget for reportage, publication, so that other gender-based institutions, so that women and children protection session, so that Liberia National Police, so that our international community. Yeah, that's the video right there.
Yeah. So this is the video.
That's the video of the current Internal Affairs Minister seen in a room with a girl crying. That's it right there.
God. Oh my God.
So, fellow Liberians, the video that you are looking at, I'm sorry for just bringing it in. The video that you're looking at is what Honorable Dowa you talk about, where you have the Minister of Internal Affairs, who is a nephew to the president, raping a female. And she crying in this video. So we are going to play the video. The sound is a bit graphic, but don't worry. Just here's the video.
Fuck yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What did you put in
my not remorseful. Oh my God.
Holy mercy, I ain't a raping somebody for what? What is this? What is this? Oh God.
Wow.
So just to read it, right? So you were talking about why. Firstly, let's assume for the purpose Abu Bakar of debate. Let's assume for the purpose of being realistic for a second. Let's assume the individual in that video is not the Minister of Internal Affairs. Let's assume he's an ordinary Liberian. But Abu Bakar, to this point, the perpetrator in that video has not been formed by the Liberia National Police. Let's assume that person is not a minister. We know he's a minister. We know he was appointed by the president to serve. We know that he should be protecting people, young girls and women. We are seeing him abusing broad daylight a girl on camera. She's crying and he's wearing his clothes with glamour, with no sense of humanity, no sense of pity. There's no dollar, nothing to make him sorrowful. But let's assume he's not the minister. He's an ordinary Liberian. That girl still needs justice. Maybe people will say, okay, there are different men over there. Okay, why up to this time? Even assuming, because I listened to them on their show, Cash Reloaded, the Elite Reloaded, I listened to them saying that the individual in that show is not the minister, it's somebody else. Let's assume they are saying the truth. It is somebody else. That person, do they have passport to rape anyone? Let's assume it's somebody else. That girl in that video, doesn't she deserve justice? Let's assume that's somebody else. That person in that video cannot be arrested and located. A Liberian girl, a Liberian lady is crying. She's grieving. That could be your sister. That could be your daughter. That could be your mom, your wife, your auntie, your grandmom. She's crying. But yet, you have a government extremely wholly selective in their fight against rape. So we're just telling you about the report. So I'm telling you why this president has done little or nothing, because he appoints people surrounding him who have the mentality of rapists, who are raping. The issue of rape has increased, and as we speak to you, I'll just give you the number, 2,759. And
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And as usual, we want to encourage you, we want to appeal to you to kindly do us a favor. And that favor we require of you is to please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, and let us all have a wonderful time. It's going to be good today. Let me go to our live feed as I welcome some of our people that have joined us. I want to use this time to welcome Rofan O. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Rofan O. We appreciate you. Thank you for your presence. Mohammed Kamara, how are you, my brother? Watching us there from Thailand. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. It's a privilege for us to have you. I want to welcome our Director of Research, Tugbazi Christopher Wautier Tugbazi. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presence and everything you continue to do. Alfonso Tule, thank you so much. Watching us there from Central Monrovia. How are you and the family? I hope you guys are doing great, well, and fine. Thank you so very kindly, our brother Alfonso, for your presence here. Want to say thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you. We want to welcome, I'm sorry. We want to welcome Haja A.G. Soiree. How are you, Mama? You are welcome. We appreciate you. Simon Zoe Jr., thank you so much. We appreciate you. My lovely sister Nina Kuya. How are you, Mama? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine, Nina. Love you so much. Thank you for everything you do. Jill Ni Pangba, how are you? I salute your presence. Jill Neil, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. We appreciate your presence. Anthony Gove Anthony, thank you so much. Uh, Gavara, Anthony Gavara, thank you so much for joining us. So, those of you joining us on the YouTube, I want to thank you so very kindly. Those of you joining us from various platforms where we are streaming currently, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. And as usual, we ask that you please do us a favor. And that favor we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button so that we can reach to as many persons as possible that we can be able to reach to. So today we're going to be here probably for an hour, 30 minutes or so. But there are a few things that we are going to be discussing, and they are very important. And I want to start from the first one. There are concerns in the international community. There are concerns from the African region about the 2029 election of Liberia. I repeat, there are concerns from our people in Africa, other neighbors, other countries in Africa. There are concerns about some of our partners internationally about 2029. I don't want you to believe it. I will play a voice, you will hear it, and we will analyze together. Africa, whether we like it or not, has been doing exceptionally well over the period. But we cannot ignore the challenges that we are faced with in the Sahel region. We can't. We cannot ignore what is happening with other countries in Africa. We cannot ignore it. The reason is if these countries are not adequately managed in terms of security, the likelihood of violence spilling over to the next country or to the rest of the African country is almost like 6/7. Because the reason is very simple. The way we travel in Africa, amongst ourselves, is very common. And there are not too many security protocol put in place to be able to, to some extent, so to speak, to stop so many things. So basically, especially in Africa, eh, our traveling is too open. Our traveling is open. So the fear here of most African nations is that when there are problems, for example, in Guinea, and the problem is not adequately solved, the problem is not adequately managed, it is not resolved, it has the propensity to spill over, affect Liberia, affect Sierra Leone, affect Ivory Coast. That's how it is. So that's why when there are issues in any particular country in Africa, all the other African nations are concerned. All of them are on their alert. That's why you will see during elections, other people in other parts of Africa, they are praying for that country to have a peaceful election. Because whatever happened to one African country, it affects the other one. Because there will be migration. People will be leaving from here, going there, running here, blah, blah, blah. So Africa is concerned, and the world, international partners are also concerned. Now, of recent, the way Mr. Boakai has been proceeding and all of the reports that have been coming, it is causing our international partners to be uneasy. They are concerned. The way they follow our democracy over the period of 6 years under His Excellency President Dr. George Weah, they were pleased. I'm begging you, please do me a favor. Send for me some thumbs up emojis. You can send some heart sign, love, so that our video, because sometimes we're to discuss the kind of topic and be our many verse, they can start reporting. So please, I'm begging you, please do me a favor, hit me some of these buttons. I want to welcome Darafina Hawa. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Terry, how are you, Terry? Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence. Wisa Koli, how are you? I want to welcome Kude Williams. Thank you so much, Kude, for your presence. Mami Fina, nothing can bring me down, Wesley. Love you so much. Mwah, mama. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for everything. My regards to you and the family. My lovely sister is here. Me get you hug. How are you? I love you, mama. How are you? How's the family? That's my own lovely sister right here. How are you? How are you, mama? You are welcome. Edward F. Wilson, thank you. Watson, sorry. You are welcome, Edward. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. I mean, all of you who are joining us, we appreciate all of you. Please hit the share button. For the past away, how are you? Dino, Dino. Dino is watching. Robert, thank you so much for joining us. Sharif Tiko, how are you? Jilni Pangba, I want to welcome you. Okay, brother. I'm about to send it to you. I'm about to send it to you, Jake. Thank you. I forgot to say. Okay. Sorry, Jake. I'm about to send it to you, Jake. Okay. Uh, what are this one? Okay. So the world is concerned. Africa is concerned. So recently, there was a conference that was held. You and I were never there. Let me answer this quickly, please. So the chairman of the Unity Party, like I was saying, the world had her attention on Liberia. The reason why everybody was looking at Liberia under the regime of His Excellency President Dr. George Weah was because the Unity Party, the so-called political elite, the political class has projected that Liberia will be chaotic because President Weah is the president. They said so many negative things about Liberia because President Weah was the president. They said he is inexperienced. He does not have the ability to even control his own household. So therefore, the country will be in chaos. It will be in tatter. Things will degenerate into chaos. So the entire world had her eyes fixed on Liberia because that was the first test in the absence of the international community in terms of security, in terms of money, and etc. etc. So the first post-war government that we had in Liberia, that the entire world had her eyes on it to see whether this particular government will succeed or will fail, because the notion that have been created by the so-called political elite is that this man is not a political material. He is a footballer. You can't take a footballer for on a fee and put him in the presidency and expect that this man will do better. He will not do anything. So the world was concerned, especially after spending huge amount of money on Liberia to reach Liberia to the level that it was. The world was concerned and said, no, our eyes there. My brother, I want to say welcome. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, salute, brother. Salute to you and to the followers. As you said, please share the video. Your share it. Share is very important. That's the only way they would never hinder this video. You know, a lot of reporters us out there, they vexed, they angry. So your please help to share the video. We're appealing to you people.
Thank you, sir. Robert, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much. I mean, all of you who are joining, we appreciate all of you. Thank you so very kindly. So the entire world had her eyes on Liberia because the so-called political elite, people like Joseph Numa Boakai and the rest of the other guys, they have projected to the world that, oh, all the money you're spending here, it coming loss. Oh. We are coming married, no loss. Because they may not have control. He can't control anything. He can't control the people. We are getting some feedback from you. Can just mute yourself when you're ready to talk, then you can unmute yourself from your end. So they have projected an image that Liberia will be chaotic. So the entire world had her eyes on Liberia. And when President Weah became president, the way and manner and form in which he proceeded shocked the world. The world was shocked. Not only African leaders, but the entire world was shocked. Ah, well, you say the mayor, you will be like this. You say the man get control. But look at how this man is able to govern the country in the period of 6 years without plenty international money, without the presence of how you call United Nations peacekeeping force and all the different organizations, without 68 concession agreement. But this man is able to maintain this country, make the country quiet and peaceful for the period of 6 years. The world was pleased. The international was pleased. They were all excited. And with the way he crowned it all up by turning over power, even though he was cheated, it was broad. We saw it. We were on the feed. We saw it. I'm not giving you third-party story. There are some things we're not saying, but we saw it. But at the end of the day, he said, I'm going to let it go. Olivia, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us, Olivia. Watching us there from Tinkers Village. Thank you so much, Olivia. I appreciate you. So at the end of the day, this was what happened. He turned over power peaceful. He did not go to court to go and contest. He did not do that. Even though he was the president, had the power and every other thing. But he said, I will let it go for the sake of my people. Emmanuel, bro, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for your presence here. So the chairman of the Unity Party went out of the country for a conference, and he was confronted by our international partners. Their concern was the way President Weah is proceeded and the way the Unity Party is proceeding. We are seeing something is not right. This old man is disrespecting the rule of law. There are too many noise in Liberia. So they confronted the chairman of the Unity Party and said, hey, Mr. Chairman, how are you? You are the best person we can talk to because you are the chairman of the party that brought this man to power. We are concerned. The way Boakai is proceeding, our concern is about 2029. With what we are seeing, there is a likelihood from all indication that President Weah is coming back. But our fear, will this old man respect the people's will and the people's decision? Now, that is not me saying it. I will play you this 1 minute video and you will listen to it. And from there, we'll go to our brother. We'll try to analyze this before moving to next issue. So let's play this video. And I want you to listen keenly. I want you to listen keenly. You and I was not at that conference. But the Unity Party chairman is about to spill out some things that is very important that you must listen to keenly. Our international partners are concerned about the way Boakai is proceeding and about 2029. Don't believe it? Let me play the first video for all of us here.
Our moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because
you are a political party from all over the world. So it was not just African leaders that were there or African political party. It was political party from all over the world. And listening to what this particular person told the chairman, that why he confessing, but there were so many things discussed. Well, let's go ahead. Let me carry this back again. I'm sorry for intruding because I want you to listen keenly.
our moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud.
I will stop right here. Right here is where I will start. I will not go further. My brother Jake, I want to go to you. You listening to the chairman. You wasn't around there. I wasn't there. Those of us that on the line weren't there. He said he went to a conference of different political parties. These were politicians. But one thing that was permanent in that particular discussion, when a different country on South Africa, I know there were many countries that confronted him, or he was, open enough to say the South African on. I know there were so many discussions that happened, which he will not say it because of some other reason. But according to him, he was confronted, and the South African leaders told him, we are proud of Liberia, of President Weah. He was defeated. They themselves even know the percentage. You see that how people are following Liberia? You see how people follow Liberia during the regime of President Weah? How President Weah have made Liberia to be the center of attraction for not only Liberians, but for Africa and the world in general, to the extent that the South African man came up and said, we follow the election. President Weah lost by a very insignificant margin. We should have been challenged all over. Anybody, anywhere will challenge it. But he turned power over. We hope that it continues like that. Maybe he coined it that way, but I want to believe. In his mind, this man was saying, I'm afraid with the way Boakai is going, whether he will even respect the 2029. My brother Jake, let's hear from you on this, your own analysis on that conference, on that tape. There are too many things that is revealing, and you always saying something, and I thank God that you really hear.
Once again, I like this particular thing what Luther Tapper said. As he said, and to the followers, you have to share the video once again. There's a whole meat in the whole story. If you look at it, the chairman Tapper, he won't let everything out of the bag. He won't let everything. Then just come to him. If you want to be real, they ask in the forum, in a particular gallery, the particular topic came up of a transfer of power. Let me tell you, transfer of power in the whole Africa region, in the African region. because they see the land of other countries, like Tanzania, Cameroon, other places that leaders in power for many, many decades and things. They don't want to relinquish power. So they told people, brother, they mentioned George Weah name, but if Luther Tappert know that he man of God, he could say everything, but he wanted to let the cat out of the bed because he know how the Unity Party to operate. The commander George Weah, that lead to giving power. You think nobody? The people saw the burning of the Capitol building. The people saw everything, destroying the first opposition party, the number one, destroying the party headquarters. You urinated the Supreme Court. For all the inauguration of our president, when the president fit on that podium at the SKD Stadium, they saw everything was war. A feeble men that ruling the country, that reality, 80 plus years old men that ruling the country. So they start looking at countries like Cameroon, where Paul Biya and other countries there today, they don't want to relinquish power. You saw the demonstration that happening in Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania, all these places. That the woman that came to power through Magufuli, now she tend to dictate all these things. A renowned opposition leader in prison in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, the number one. Even when you find ghetto, they say they were executing, they were hanging, all that kind of thing that go in the West African region. So when I say pray, when I come here every time, but I won't do it on this platform. My people already said, but I won't do it to 2 to 3 radio stations in the country. When I always tell you that we're not in the court 2029, I know where I'm coming from. I get my intel. When I say that will not be nothing in the court 2029, people be asking me, but Jay, why you mean? I don't get talking up because the day I read to talk it up, the day I read to say in Liberia, I would draw hair. I will be targeted, but I don't care, but I will say it at the reality. And I told you something here, Prince, believe me. When you can hear the United Party people talking quick, oh, Joga will not come back. Listen to me, oh, Liberian people. While the United Party, the number one opposition leader, why I would say Joga will not come back. There is something cooking. In that circle long time. When they hear it, they not come back. I'll tell you that 3 things. I'll tell Liberian people that 3 things will happen. 3 things. Every time I appeal to those that surround the president to guide security-wise. If he never get elected before through a security apparatus, he must bring loyalists. Now, so-called EPS people, they know loyalists, those that work with him before through the EPS that know him personally, especially the guys that are guiding today. The groundbreaking ceremony that I saw, the security apparatus that I saw around the president on that groundbreaking ceremony, I'm satisfied with them. You cannot get infiltrated. No, you cannot infiltrate them so easy. I like that particular security elect. That's one of the things. If you guide your president to 2029, nobody can stop him. I told you, Prince, the Unity Party, they in fear. When they one person standing in a room, that George Weah. So as you said, they already confronted him. They said, wait, they want to make transfer power. It never happened in the African region before with 17,000 votes. It never. A ruling leader that get all the security apparatus, all honor a win, the military, everything. That honor is we commanding president of the Republic of Liberia, CRC, CRC of the country, the security apparatus honor his win. And you're talking about 17,000 votes he gave up. When you do that, they ask Luther Tappert with the feeble men. When you lose the election, when you give it up, that what Luther Tappert say in this particular statement, I hope we'll do the same and we'll lose the election. I hope we do the same because they confronted him. They say you got a feeble man. You'll be 85.
To just come in quickly. To just come in quickly. So it meaning that he himself, he was not even sure based on the way Joseph Numa Boakai is proceeding, based on the way Joseph Numa Boakai is disrespecting the rule of law. So he said, I hope. Now let me play this video, my brother. I like the way you're going. And we're doing it together. Let me play this video again. You know,
I'm going to say anyway.
Let's play this video again.
Therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them.
Okay.
He could have stayed in power like other people.
Wow.
Tested. And President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. Our moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai...
Now, my brother Jake, you listening to him. The chairman is also sending a caveat when you're listening to him.
Yes.
One would say a deductive reasoning. He's sending a caveat. He is telling us something in this particular. Go ahead, my brother. You're going somewhere. Go ahead.
He said, it's simple. If this thing happen on the opposite side, 2029, why the whole world will be watching? Will you people? Let me tell you something. They confronted him, but he don't want to let the cat out of the bag. As I said earlier, they confronted Luther Tappet. When that thing happen, when you in your party, 2029, because we see the numbers, we see everything. When you people relinquish power, let me tell you something. Luther Tappet answered them in our country. I believe he has showed them. He said, I assure you that we will. Did Luther Tappet not know that George are coming by in power? He knows. He knows the president is feeble. Please, when I tell you there will be a political wrangling within the Unity Party, when I tell you this thing, you believe what I'm saying here. 2029, Boakai will be 85, going to 86 years old by the grace of God. Prince, Boakai will not take part in the Liberian national election 2029. How can Boakai take part? They can never feel. They will have Boakai in the basement. They will hire a real mansion to be campaigning. And no, there will be a political wrangling. And that wrangling that will happen. The Unity Party, they will not want to relinquish power. That why I told you people there'll be nothing to call 2029, because I know where I'm coming from. Not only the particular statement, I get a lot of serious intel to spray on the Liberian people. I will go national radio. It left with the CDC. It left with the CDC to not be distracted, to catch the eye on the football field, on the ball. They might be distracted with all of that political things they do in the country, the wish hunting, all these things. No, they build a party headquarters in less than 1 year and a half. They focus, they generate millions. Thank God said the president, beside he become FIFA head for discrimination and racism. When I tell Liberian people here, the man is blessed, they like to argue. The man do all the engagement. If the worker just run the corner next year's a worker. Probably in June or July in America. Then after that particular worker, he will start to engage. He will start to engage the Arab land, other people that he knew before. Start to engage to raise millions of dollars to start bringing law justice and other things by 2028, 2029. Then the real ball start. Prince, I tell you something here. The Unity Party, they don't have what it takes to govern the country. That reality, you like it or not, they don't have it. Prince, you will see the writing on the wall by now. You will see the writing on the wall. Nothing happening within the Unity Party. When I tell you I'm a whistleblower, I think I'm joking. Because like people, you don't respect people. They say your prophet is not respected in that. That's the problem. Listen to me, Prince. I'm telling you something here. Reality. And for fana making different statement now. I say when I tell you the Unity Party have been blackballed, I know what I mean. They can never make it. 2 years into the presidency now. 2 years, the people that was all in the corridor of Washington, D.C., and other places all over the world, they say they had a connection. What happening now? 2 years into that presidency, the president has traveled over 20 some more times with all the surrogate, put people there on the plane, carry other than the A-list people there. What is happening for them? Nothing happening. Where the coffee woods then? Where all these people that need them? The best low name. They just taking AR pictures. So AR video they're doing all around the world. Nothing happening for them. So print. It's a nail in the coffin. I told you, the particular statement Luther Tapper made. You think the Unity Party people happy or I say days are number. He can never be chairman in 2029. Why you gonna keep this video? They will never retain Luther Tapper. Luther Tapper no. Well, you finish forgetting there was a guy that protest for job.
Yep.
He protests for job. Let me tell you, he in the circle of the Unity Party, but all these guys are not happy. They're not happy how the president proceeding. You don't know. Luther Tapper there would say the chairman, but they're not in the circle of the Unity Party anymore. They have been blacklisted. They're outside of the Unity Party. He just in that chairmanship, and that chairmanship will be turned over. That chairmanship will be turned over. A particular statement he made, they asking serious question in that forum. Georgia name came up, the Labrador name came up in that forum where all leaders came together in South Africa. Where you say, oh, transport minister for South Africa, no, it was a forum that topic was there.
And my brother, when you watch this video, there are a lot of things in this video. This video speak of how intolerant Unity Party people are. No, I don't want you to believe it, my people. I will play the video again. You know, the more you play the video, something you will hear. The chairman of the Unity Party is voicing out how intolerant Unity Party people are when it comes to the opposition. That if you try to say anything good about the opposition or about President Weah, you will be witch-hunted by your own party. No, don't believe what I am saying. But let's play this video again, my brother. Listen, he will say something to the extent that it almost like something is in you. You are afraid that you don't want to say it because people will persecute you. But then you say, no, man, let me say whatever will happen, let it happen. I will play this video. We'll go to the end of the video. You will hear what the chairman will say. It's like the chairman is telling us that our party is not a tolerant party. Our party is not a party that respects the rule of law. Our party is not a party that will want to praise or will want to appreciate the former government of the good things that were done. So if you try to appreciate the former government, they will look at you as a dissident. In your own party, they will ostracize you. Don't believe what I'm saying. Let's play the video again so you can understand and hear it. There's just a 1 minute video, so we'll just play around a few minutes before we go to the next video.
On this conference that I went for.
Let me carry
and yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something.
You hear it? Now, when he reached the place, he said, look, let's stop all. Basically, he was talking to the base of the Unity Party.
The party, yes.
Because they are the ones that are very intolerant. They don't want for opposition to do anything. Remember what happened to Musa Hassan Belete and the black, and they said, no, you can't be a breach. So when he reached to the place, he said, look, he was speaking now to the Unity Party, to his partisans. No, don't believe what I'm saying. He was speaking to the Unity Party. He said, look, almost like he got fed up and said, look, I will say it, man. What happened? Whatever happened, what I want to say, you say it. I will say it. And he said, look, let's forget about all this noise. The noise or nobody should align with opposition. Anybody that you in the Unity Party, when they see you with any CDC person or you say any good thing about CDC, you become witch hunt. You become ostracized. That carry this back small and you listening to what he said here, my brother Jake.
Let's stop all these political noise. When people do something, let's stop all these political noise. Let's stop all these political noise. When people do something, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people.
My brother Jake, I want you to learn. I want us to learn on this. And my people, I want you all to listen keenly. The Reverend said, let's stop all this political noise. When people do things good, praise them, hail them, appreciate them. The Unity Party have never, Joseph Numa Boakai have never appreciated His Excellency President Dr. George Manu Weah. All of the projects that President Weah erected, Joseph Numa Boakai is brave to take it from in President Weah name and put it in his name. Not a single day these people have ever appreciated His Excellency President Dr. George Manu Weah. They believe that by appreciating President Weah for the work that he did, will reduce their popularity, will make them not to win anything again going forward. So they don't want to say any good thing about President Weah. They don't want to appreciate him. So any of their people that will appreciate President Weah, they look at you to be, hey, you song on a man, you're not clear. So to the extent that the chairman is saying, look, let's forget about all this noise. When somebody do good, I will appreciate him. I will say it anywhere. My brother Jake, before we learn on this issue and go to our next video, let's hear from you.
I told you by 2027 to the follower, you have to share this video. That kind of video I want for it to go viral because why? Luther Tappers telling the reality of the Unity Party in the nutshell here. In the particular interview, he's spelling he letting the cat out of the bag. Actually, please, the Unity Party they know that Joshua did a lot of things in the country. He brought developmental policies that changed the whole narrative of that country 178 years old. Luther Tapper trying to tell the Unity Party, listen to me, gentlemen, this is our country, government continue. They acknowledge what the president did. Now by going to claim party, to claim project, they will put it we they wanted it, or we can even acknowledging because government continue. He getting angry. When I say this guy then with John Ship, watch and see. 2020, because they don't have enough money yet. Who said they won't stand behind Boakai? They knew who was Boakai. They knew Boakai during Ellington. Why Ellen Johnson Sally never supported Joseph Hima Boakai? When from the Unity Party, why he supported George Weah? When he carried George Weah in Nima County to broke ground. That was a recognition because he knew that the particular boy would develop. And let me look at the followers here. Reality. What brought division in this country today? It's a Unity Party that brought the division. Let me remind followers here because you're quick to forget the videos are there. When Ellen Johnson said the Unity Party, Ellen and Boakai were ruling the country, what's the peace ambassador? It was George Weah. He had the number one opposition party, but he was a peace. President Ellen Johnson said he was not stupid. He made him the peace ambassador for the country to be in peace. And yet, even people within the CDC criticizing. But he said, no, this country, he even told Jefferson Kochi there, he said, listen, with no peace here, we can never come to power. And he maintained that peace. Today, he came to power. When he took the mantle of authority, Liberians, people, you not forget the first visit he ever made to rehab. When he announced it as president, he went to give the vice president the olive branch. With Club Marie, we had the video would play on many occasions. His son was working with George Weah. He never danced out any of them. So they have reconciliation. He brought all opposition leaders together for them to reconcile. Election is over. You let unite this country. You have to bring your ideas. He had government inclusion, Liberian people. He had government inclusion. No party have done it. The Western Gafini, all of them were into position. Foreign minister, they were all members of the Unity Party today. They were all members of the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf group. He left half of them on job, government inclusion. It never happened in African region before. Tolerant men, peaceful men. What happened? The division started. The division started with a lies and propaganda smear 7 months into his presidency. They took the whole airway, they seized the internet, they took the radio station. I can still remember vividly. And then they thank God said they sue BBC. BBC on serious defamation of character now concerning Donald Trump. Now. They come and sue them for $1 billion. Let me remind you, who was Jonathan Pelele? He was working with BBC correspondent to Africa, to Liberia. Jonathan Pelele, you remember when he said they were in executive mansion while a lie, he perpetrated that in the BBC. All his story from BBC was also hit pieces. But one day I told the CDC at that time, but because they never used to listen, I live in the world. I told them at the Jamaican resort print. I told Mr. President, I said, all they hit pieces, they lies. Jonathan Pelele spray on BBC. You can sue BBC. They just let me like that. I said, well, you don't have credible lawyer that can sue BBC for defamation of characters for all the lies, the garbage they got compiling here, putting in Africa, tarnishing your reputation of your presidency. They can sue. What happened today? They suing BBC for $1 billion. They dotted Donald Trump's speech during that January 6th today. Two people, the BBC boss have resigned. He resigned today. They resigned 2 days ago. BBC on a heavy suit. A taxpayer, people even know that taxpayer paying BBC. BBC that owned by the government, they owned by taxpayer money. They have been sued. If they don't apologize, they will sue them for $1 billion. Now, where are they taking that kind of money from? Who say you can sue some Canadian people? They started like large. Front page Africa, Ronnie Sear, all hate pieces there. So large. I can still go back to it. The Henry Costa today, King 7 months to Georgia presidency. They start lying with 16 billion, $25 million mopping. Then they spoon tour, they all King inside. The whole airway was full. They had all that surrogate on the internet. Now why today why Georgia said now fire for fire. We're not getting them no more change. We're not getting them no more change. They're ruling the country now. They have to watch the country for the peace. The peace not in the CDC hand anymore. The peace of that nation lie with the Unity Party. They got to govern the country. If they think they can put that country back in darkness, or go back in darkness. Nobody care anymore. Because they love power. I told you, you read that playbook. They don't like to relinquish power. They're greedy for power. That's the playbook. They're not tolerant. They love power. They do all kind of things, but they don't develop country. So, Prince, as you to conclude on a particular topic, I say Luther Tapper, I know that God catching or that God decided for you to spread all the things. Luther Tapper, they are big. Prince, they're not the chairman, but they're not working as chairman anymore. They put all of them to the back. So now they're letting the frustration all now. Watch it, Prince. Most of them were John shit. They were John shit. But thank you for the video that you just displayed. And the follower you share this video. It means a lot. It means a lot.
Thank you so much, my brother. There is another information that I want to disclose to the Liberian people. And before that, I want to play a video of Kula Fofana for the benefit of you. What she said and what she is saying today. I want to play that video. And I want us to listen very keenly.
Chief
Because plenty
frustrated.
things Kula Balo Fofana said in that few minutes video that I want to play. So let's play this.
Travels. It doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, here is 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When you travel as a government, as a president, you engage in key partners. I just talked to you right now about the president's engagement in France, meeting the president and his engagement in the UAE. Those engagements will yield fruit. In fact, they're talking of employment opportunities where young Liberians can travel to the UAE and get trained.
Now, my brother, you hear this clip from Kula Bana Fofana. We'll talk about it. But before bringing you what she said today, what do you make of this statement?
We shouldn't talk about the statement she made today again. We shouldn't let you talk about.
No, we are
Okay.
coming to it. I just want to look for the Sunny to put it up. Yeah, I
You
want to
see,
look for you to put it up for our
you
people.
see these people who putting their feet to the fire now. When Joshua say fire for fire, all these people were in the corridor during the opposition time. These are the girls that were wearing black, protesting everywhere. These are the people. We know then that these are the usual suspects. They believe they were entitled to the country. Today, they see reality hitting them now. They travel many times now. They order them, they cajole the president. They cajole the president down to all the female within the United Party. Like, I don't believe in none of them. They only there for that game while they were putting that packet. All of them baby, all these people putting the baby heavy mansion. Go see that. Go see that protest thing. The people are just jealous of the CDC youth. They were just jealous of the CDC youth then. Let me tell you today, nothing else. The CDC girls at that time that were making wave in the country, they were just jealous. Today they came to power. What ain't happening? Nothing happening. She's a government mouthpiece, but why? She in the all the thing they're talking about propaganda. They frustrated. The particular guy is frustrated. I can remind follower the videos are there. She was telling people Joseph Boakai will never dedicate or break ground on small project. So massive project. When they wanted to claim that round the ball, they will run the ball. When CDC people came in and shut them down, she went on the sea airwave that they would never break ground on small project or dedicate small project. So big project. So kind of the meaningful she telling the country. A BB project. So it means they're trying to tell the CDC people that all Georgia project was a small project. But this small project you're dedicating the country. That's why Joseph Boakai went to be dedicating all over the country. Because you don't have your own signature project. Everywhere they travel print, frustration. How can you go to the buyer of George Weah, France, and Macron? About I say the people again, when I tell you the United Party like low IQ people, you will never want to believe me. All that thing they were parading in the West and all around the world, all they smart, they're not smart. They get low IQ. If you check them also, they're so dumb. They dump out the CDC people they used to be insulting. They're not smart. That lie, they're not smart. Print. How you be smart 2 years, nothing working for them? How you be smart? Then you are insulting the other group of people that you're so smart. So frustration. She arrogant. She frustrated because the government are proceeding the right way. The developmental politics are challenged them. That bring people, they rule in the country now. There's no propaganda now to be told. So as they bring anything up, we dig beyond them. We take the massive airwave, we take the internet. So all that rhetoric they preach, the Liberian people seeing it now, they comparing. I told people, yeah, we don't preach propaganda because why? We support somebody that ruled the country for 4 years, 4 to 6, that's 4 good years that ruled the country. I take up COVID. We see a fingerprint all over the country. They cannot match nothing since 1847 Liberians. We have paved over 530 kilometers of roads. 530 kilometers of road. Spend less money. United Party want to kilometer of road. They're not even starting yet. They want loan. They want take loan or credit. Why we only use our taxpayer money and foreign aid to build all the kilometer of roads? Why I was saying you have to video the developmental politics challenge these people praise. Kula for finding frustrated. They have fly over 20 to 21 times. The president flew out of the country 20 to 21 times. No bacon, nothing coming home for them. They have been blackballed. RJCE. Francois, that's a buyer for George Weah. Macron is a personal friend of George Weah. They might not even dream in the Arab war. They might not even dream. They say they went to the UAE. Prince, the question I ask you, you ever saw video? Since the president came back, you ever saw video from the UAE sitting down with the king or the emir? I told people here, the UAE is every emirate. They get different leaders. Let the Unity Party on Executive Mansion website. Let it show me picture where the president sit with. Who not the leader? They went to Abu Dhabi. Who wanted the leader? They sat with the Emirates had 7 different leaders. All they want in Dubai. They want in Dubai. He's a personal friend from George Weah. He brought the Emirate Hospital. They want in Dubai. The Emir or the king in Dubai, the richest among the Emirate. The Dubai. He brought the Emirate Hospital to George Weah. So where are they winning? Where they winning at? Where they winning, Prince? Nothing happening. So Kula Fofana frustrated. You talking about money in bed. Who told you about when Georgia brought money was in bed? No. When Georgia came, not today they disputing all the money that France gave her was 5 million. After the balance 5 million. All that nonsense they say here. They don't acknowledge nothing. Like what Luther Tapper saying here, that do acknowledgement. They let acknowledge where they made left things from. They're getting that acknowledging, they're getting credit because government continue. Kula Fofana they frustrated, Prince. They frustrated. They not the way they were thinking how government work. They came to power now. They see reality hitting them now. So for me, they frustrated. Nothing working for them.
You know, my brother, you raise a very important point, and I like the way you earn it because we'll begin from here. The press secretary, Kula Bana Fofana, she said that when President Weah went to France, he was only given $5 million, according to her, instead of the $10 million. She acknowledged that only 5 million the people gave President Weah.
We
According to
agree.
what she said, the 10 million pledge from the former president in 2018 when he visited France, he only received 5 million. And she was blaming him that the previous administration for not completing the request to access the balloon 5 million. According to her, she said, yeah, you went to France. The people gave you 5 million instead of 10 million. You are supposed to complete the request. The second ask to ask for it. So the people now gave you the balloon 5 million. My brother, is this a disgrace to this government? Because imagine, the reason why I'm asking you this question, and I'm glad that Kula Fofana is now saying it out. Because we just play a clip of Kula Fofana telling her, when President go, you can bring money in bag. But then she comes back to tell us that, oh, the time you go to France, they give you 5 million and not 10 million. Like, even if we are to take her word for it, my people, let her hear our here. If we are to take her word for it, my brother, is this not a disgrace to Kula Bana Fofana? Who have traveled, they have traveled almost like 20 times around the world and not even bringing anything. Only we went to strengthen tar, we went for bilateral relationship, we went for this and we went for that. Come here, you come in. We went for this and we went for that. Is this not a disgrace? Is this not even an affirmation to prove that President Weah knows what he was doing and he has connection to the extent that he will go? Let even agree that they gain 1 million. Let even agree. Let not take they gain 1 million. Is this not a validation of what we have been saying? That President Weah was able to use his presidency to look for the country, to be able to go out there, that his trips was of results. He was not just going because he wanted to go. Is this not a confirmation that is coming from Kula Bana Fofana? My brother, let's hear from you on this.
Prince, let me tell you, the people cannot maintain a lie, especially when you're lying to a girl, for example, to get this girl. You will not continue after you get a girl here. Reality will hit him. These are the people that were saying nothing will happen in the country. Anywhere Joey go, that rule will eat, and they won't will eat. Okay, let me ask a question. If you know as press secretary that the president engaged Macron, and Macron gave, instead of 10 million, Macron gave 5, balance 5. And you say government continue, you went to Macron. You couldn't tell Boakai, and that the same people that were dancing for visa in Boakai house. Sarah Bessler, they were dancing on the video or nothing. Why you cannot tell the president, Madam Beslow, you foreign minister, tell the president in your ear, the trip will coming on. Macron promised George we are 10 million. But he gave only 5. Our government continue George not in power again. But the ballon fire, we can take the fire, he can put it to our account whatsoever for youth development, for disabled people, for albino people. Because that was the intent of that particular money, what she not know. So then why they bring it up? Free. Nothing working for these people. They she not even get a source right. She with debunking it already said she not get a source right. 10 million came to us. 10 million came to us. Not only that money, 10 million came to the Liberian government through Macron whatsoever. So they shame because we hating on them while the president traveling, nothing happening. So they want to justify sending that money somewhere. If the money somewhere, use a diplomatic channel now. New Sarah Bestro Yanti to get the balance $5 million to cover hole. They said D-Ho cover hole. Prince, and I want to get cooler for fun and red even yet. Yeah. That train is derailing. That rescue train, all of the trap now. The whosoever that control the rescue train, all of them jumping from that train. The train is in different form now. Nobody can recognize the train. They play for the train to stop the train and stop the train. They're passing because with heavy speed. Nothing working for them. Prince, I told you, George, we have changed one thing in our history. It never happened before. I don't know who gave that idea. Developmental politics. And it killing the Unity Party. It killing them. Since 1847, no president had just saying it with all Liberians. The records are there. You can Google Liberia 1970, 1980, 1990. There's no president had developed that fingerprint in that country than George Weah. Todd Menendez and do it. Todd Biden do it. Samuel don't try, but they never giving enough credit. George Weah changed the whole game. When you come to power now, you gotta double up. If you develop the country, people will see you wrong. Now food eating here again, not back arrest anymore. Not back arrest. No. Because they say back arrest not enough. They're not even talking about the bread and butter issue before. And they say, oh, that back arrest, we don't want to eat rest again. We want development. We're watching there now, the no-car building almost completed. Let's see hello clean the no-car building. So when you take it over, yeah,
My
the
brother,
shame.
looking at this particular comment from Kula Bana Fofana makes me to understand that the Unity Party finished. The Unity Party finished. These were some of the people that said, President Wiaja went to play football.
Mm-hmm.
There were no results. These were people who yesterday told us, fellow Liberians, that the trip President Weah made was to go visit people. He went there to go enjoy himself. For these people to come up. Now, the reason why it is important for us to highlight these people's comments is to see how they lie to you and deceive you and make you to give them the vote. So for Kula Bana Fofana to even come up and say, yes, President Weah went to France and they gave him money. This alone, my people,
Yeah, the debate is over.
it's an
It's over.
indication to tell you that these people lie to you. Because
Yeah.
yesterday they said President Weah was just passing around. They say he was just passing around, he was bringing nothing to the country. And that's what they said. That
Mm-hmm.
was what they said. It's not me. And that's the reason why I'm highlighting this, make it big and put it on the screen for you and myself to see it. Because people like Kula Bana Fofana, they say, oh, the man just traveling, the man left the country for 99 days. And the man, all kinds of things they were saying. They said, President, we are after football. Oh, the man go play football, man. Oh, you're Leo, man. The man go do this other one. The man go do that other one. But look at now, we are now in 2025, today, November 11. Kula Fofana is telling, oh, yeah, President, we are going to France. The time you go to France, the people getting $5 million. What is happening here? So you see the lies. What they could not say yesterday. Yesterday, they knew that that money was given, and President, we are using for developmental initiative in Liberia. But they lied to you and said a lie. They were passing around playing football in France. And you see it now today, they're confessing. And you see. So those of you who, when we talk, some of you will count on our points. Oh, we lie. Oh, we ain't get brain. One of my brother is dealing with me and saying, I get brain. I agree, I get brain. But you want to tell me who have banner for fun to get brain, right? Because now she's saying, because yesterday they told you that President Weah was spending the country money, we're going here. Oh, we're not getting anything. Liberia, we're not benefiting this, that. But here is Kula Bana Fofana as press secretary to the office of the president. She's not hungry for you to say, oh, yeah, Kula hungry, or she looking for somebody to give her $5. That what made she read it, she wrote the thing on, or she said it. You will not tell me that, oh, yeah, Kula Bana Fofana, the place where she, it not easy, the money, she didn't get gas in your car. She get one for somebody who maybe supported President Weah to give someone a leave $5 or $10 so she can put gas in your car. That Kula Fofana talking this thing. So this is what Kula Fofana said. Weah did not bring full 10 million from France. Presidential Press Secretary Kula Bana Fofana said, former President George Weah did not bring home the full 10 million that France promised Liberia in 2018. Speaking on Spoon FM, she explained that Liberia only received 5 million because the Weah government did not complete the steps needed to get the rest. According to what she's saying,
Yeah,
I
they
get a
must.
clip. I'm going to play the clip. Just play
Yeah,
this
they
so you
must
will
complete the
understand.
step. They must complete the step.
Now,
They get a balance.
according to Kula Fofana, according to what Kula Fofana is saying here, they gave 5 million. The other 5 million they did not give it. Quite recently, they were in France. And do you know what happened? The one that will shock you. The second paragraph of this sentence, the one that will shock you. You know that when they were there, they didn't talk about that money business.
Yeah,
According to them, they say they will come back, they will form a
yeah,
team, they just say human break money to go back again to go talk about it. Don't believe me. I'm about to read the second
yeah.
paragraph. The money was meant for community projects like sport field, and you see there, sport field, drainage system in place, such as FIAMA. Fofana said President Joseph Newman Boakai's team plan to talk with France's government again to try to get the remaining funds. Her comment comes as people questions the benefits of President Boakai's own foreign trip. You see that? We told you that when Joseph Newman Boakai went to France, it was not anything he went there for Liberia's business and Liberia's benefit. They smuggled him in.
I
Just
mean,
how he
that's
was
true.
smuggled in this particular America here, where Joe Biden look at and say, sorry, President Joe look at and say, oh, everybody can speak English. At the same way he was smuggled. So you listening to Kula Bana Fofana. I get a clip here. I'm not going to play the clip. The clip is right here because it's going to take us some time. But you went to France. They did not talk about the money, how they will be able to get it. But Kula Fofana is telling us now that they can. There are plans on the way. So they will go back to
To,
go talk.
to new Sapir money
Yes.
again.
And you see what we're talking about? If these people indeed are sure that they were invited by the French president, will that particular money not be involved in the discussion, my brother Jay? Let's agree
Yeah, I mean,
that the France president invited Joseph Newman Boakai, according to what they said. They said, France president, if the president invited you, will these things not be on the listing? Will they not talk about it? Oh, you know, France help
hey,
Liberia
my
under the
friend, the
previous
people they never
government, blah
invited
blah
in.
blah, and stuff like that.
They went on African Forum. African Forum. He alone was not there. They can never cajole. We live in Europe here. We follow it. Get that water. We follow it. Our African gathering. Now to say one on one, Macron met a lot of presidents, a lot of leaders from Africa to
So
the Palace
these
of
people,
Elysee.
these people, they believe that lies is just the way to proceed. You see,
Yes.
why they don't like us. You see why my people are good for us to come here and talk our own in the simple English because we can expose these people. You see why a good that we always support each other. Because when we come here, we don't lie. We tell you what we say. Yeah, we're not here for propaganda. No, like we always tell you, we are not chasing beyond cloud. No, we are
Mm-hmm.
not cloud thing we're doing here. The thing we're doing here, and how you call it, and call it a gossip show here. No, we are here to educate our people. We are given responsibility. So she make mention of fee. She make mention of drainage. And one of the things that I want to say, I was telling you the last time, under President Weah, we saw a project from the Ministry of Youth and Sports where people were in the community during the rainy season time cleaning the
Yes.
drainages, and all the other things. We significantly helped to be able to reduce flooding. I said it here the last time. Thank God Akula Bana Fofana is saying it. According to what she said, 5 million, that why, the money was used for drainage, blah, 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 and stuff like that. This gone time, you saw how flooding was all around the place because
Country,
the
yeah.
people who were employed, the people who the government were paying to be able to help to clean these drainages, these community projects, they are not there. The government sacked them. No, don't believe me. That Kula, I just played to you. That Kula, don't believe me. That's what Kula is saying. My brother Jake, what we are seeing before we move on to our next issue. With the open confession now that is coming from the Unity Party, look, they can no longer contain it because
Yes.
it's like from all indication, they are seeing that Boakai has become a failure. That this old man is not welcome. People are looking at this man's record. No, nobody will want to give you money when you are disrespectful to the democracy that these people pay for. The democracy that we enjoy in Liberia, these people pay for it. They send their sons and their daughters, they contribute towards it. So you think they will be excited seeing you as president disrespecting the rule of law? Seeing you as president peeping on the constitution that brought you in power? You think these people that spend their money to ensure that Liberia is peace and secure, that it is noise free, you think they will be excited when you sit there and speak all kinds of ill and attack other opposition political party? You think they will be excited? They will give you money? You think they will give you credence? Except they will look at you, but they will not give you shishi. Kobo they will not give you because you are very disrespectful to the rule of law. Because you do not respect the document that brought you to power. Somebody say, how can you bite the finger that fed or that is feeding you? That what Joseph Juma Boakai is doing. Look, Jake, you always say, and I want to borrow your word, this old man has been blackballed by the international community. Not because they hate him, but because of the way he is proceeding.
Yes.
The people are watching. You think that small money United Nations spent in Liberia, the entire world spent in Liberia to bring us the peace and the democracy that we have? To put the kind of democracy that we have in place, you think that small thing the people did? Some of them depreciated some of the coffers that they're supposed to use for other things just to support the peace and the democracy in Liberia. You come there now, you decide to fight. My brother Jake, there is something that is happening Joseph Nyuan Boakai is doing. But just let me 30 seconds, let me hear your conclusion on this and we'll go.
Let me conclude. Let me say something here today. If anybody within the Unity Party is on the last fee, the particular statement, just show it, just take the clip, you share your surrogate. Let me give you free something here today that you don't even know. This for the Unity Party. This is for the Unity Party. And when I tell you that people get low IQ, any Unity Party, please. The country belongs to all of us. We want for our country. We're not against our country, but the manner in which you portray George Weah, we are here to tell you your feeling. You're not working for you until you put your horse in order. Let me give you one free gift here. You're going to take it, you're carry to your surrogate, your leader's name. One of the big, when I tell you, Prince, the people get low, fast coming, that fast, they will do their own research. They will say, who that guy? Unity Party, if you honor the laughing, click it and send it to them. Prince, Unity Party won't get shishi in America until Trump leave power. Listen to me. They discussing in the corridor, the GOP discussing in the corridor. When a big mistake in the corridor of Washington, D.C. right now as we speak, they brought a radical Democrat called Raphael Warnock. What would display here before? Prince, you know where's Raphael Warnock? Unity Party. I don't know who gave you that idea to bring Raphael Warnock from Georgia, from the senator of Georgia to Monrovia, to the executive mansion. You're crying the Liberty Party color. Let me tell you, To show you how they dumb, they get low IQ. Now Democrat ruling the country, a Republican ruling America, Donald J. Trump. One now, the video are already circulating in America. It's circulating. It already in Rubio get it. Marco Rubio get the video. He get angry. The video spread in America. Unity Party have been blackballed for inviting Rwanda to America or to Liberia. They will not get shishi. I told you I will break it down. He's a radical. He against he's a transgender guy. And the guy that they won't bring homosexuality in Africa. They're Kamala Harris then. They're here for open border. They're here for abortion. We are radical. They saw Joseph Boakai commit a set to the American government that he asked Donald Trump to survey our land if we can discover new resources because they never have the technology. Not knowing China already surveyed the land. So the question is circulating now facts. But while they may committing us to the president of Liberia that we get connection with, committing us, they're not knowing China already now. Who is it? Why one not went to do to a Liberia? So Prince, America, they must forget about America. The Unity Party must forget about America. That one of the biggest mistake they made by inviting Georgia Senator to Monrovia, Raphael Warnock. Why? He got no opportunity to fly in Monrovia. Not a government ruling, not a Democrat ruling. On a Democrat ruling, yeah, he will channel you up, he will channel you where you want. The whole GOP, they don't like him. They despise him. They hate each other. So what will you get from the Trump administration? What will you get? The USAA you sort of big back, the USAA that you sort of get back, you sort of fight to get back. How can you get it now? So they're digging hole for that set. They're throwing that set under the bus. One of the biggest mistakes. I just tried to lay it down. So, but Prince, the United Party, Prince, reality, there's nothing working for them. And I told you, nothing.
My brother, we will sound the trumpet earlier so that our people can hear it. The United Party government, for us, we believe in Liberia, we are patriotic. So whatever that is done to develop that country, we are grateful. But
Yes.
what we will not sit to allow you to do is to take that particular merit or that particular accolade or that particular recognition from former President Weah. Will not allow you to do it. We'll I hear the Unity Party passing around with bridge and we play it so that our people can know. We start going beyond the project and start going back so people can understand it. I want to play you a very short video here.
Yeah, play.
President Weah initiated that particular bridge discussion with China. He initiated that. And I don't want you to believe it. I want to play you this video. It's like about 1 minute, 30-second video. I want us to listen and we'll come back.
Yeah, we're going ahead of them. They're not coming wrong with fire for fire. We're not getting a chance.
Sure. Let me play you this video, my people, for you to. When President Weah visited China, I want you to listen to this video very keenly.
Beijing is getting ready to host the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation in September. A host of African leaders and other stakeholders are due in the Chinese capital to discuss a deepening cooperation. One of them is Liberia's new president, George Weah. CGTN sat down with President Weah to discuss his hopes for the forum.
I think my responsibility now as a president is to strengthen what existed already. We want to grow as partners, for development purposes. China is our one of our biggest partner. We think with China, we can achieve our goal. For the forecast, what we're going to do is our actual plan, the proper plan, how we can connect our country and build a more relationship with China. Because of that relationship that we have with China, I think during our dark days of the Ebola, China was the first country to play a part, and we will not forget that. You know, and again, I want to thank His Excellency Xi Jinping, you know, for making sure that he helped us to fight Ebola. If you look at most of our infrastructure, the roads, still a Chinese company. I think this is some of the way where China is helping. And then, as I said, our proper agenda, we are going to present it and to build a relationship with China and for our development goal to be achieved. And what we're carrying is our proposal, you know, and how we can work together to achieve it, you know, through that relationship with China. I think if China can achieve that, it'll be a good thing, you know, to have one belt and one road from China. It'll be a good thing, you know. When you talk about integration, people need access to a road to connect, you know. But I think.
Now, let me stop here, my brother Jake. You know why I'm playing this? You know here the facts we believe in. When we tell the people that it is President we are Formax, that this all useless man who ordered the killing of our people in King George is following, they say that lie. When President Weah took over, he had the proper agenda. Chinese government had a kind of forum. President Weah said this is the best time for us to be able to engage the Chinese government to help us with our road project. The country needs to be connected. You're listening to him. He said the country needs to be connected. We need bridges around the place. And he was able to carry that particular initiative or that particular project to China. Seeing how that project is going to benefit Liberia, the Chinese government bought it immediately and said, yes, this is a project that we can invest in. So you see, President, we have set the formats for, you always saying this, my brother Jake. President, we have changed the politics of Liberia to developmental politics. When you went to China, it was not about picture. It was not about going there, going to say that I cool English. He carried the proper agenda, and in the proper agenda role, it was very cardinal and important. So today, that bridge where you see that, oh yeah, we come in build bridge, this, that. President, we have set the format for it. He laid the groundwork, everything for it. And you're listening. I will play the last portion again for all of us to listen. Listen to the last portion because I don't want you to believe me. When we're talking this thing, you think that fun we're playing. Listen to the last portion of it here. Listen.
Our proposal, you know, and how we can work together to achieve it, you know, through that relationship with China. I think if China can achieve that, it'll be a good thing, you know, to have one belt and one road from China. It'll be
you hear him? So when he went to China, that's why he put before them, my people, we need road. Our country needs to be open. The only thing we want for you to do, give us road. Rest? No. This, no. Just give us road. When you give us road, the rest will come. When you give us road, we'll grow our food. When you give us road, we'll educate our people. You listening to it. That was the plan that President Weah put before the Chinese government. And based on that plan that he did not go to ask for rest, he did not go there they bought it and say, yes, they may yeah. That may well get sense. They may get sense. The African leader, he gets sense. He not come here to pour cola in out to say, we're begging you, please help me, we hungry, please get your rest. Say, develop our rules and see what will happen. And China immediately bought that particular idea and they were excited. They say, yeah, they want that real leader here for true. He cares about his people. He's thinking about the development of his people. So we gave him that particular project. And that particular project today, that Joseph Newman Boakai didn't want to pass away, President Weah had already laid the groundwork for it. And the only thing that they were waiting for was immediately after the elections for them to start the process of developing it or of building it. My brother Jake, let's hear from you in this. Today we hear Kura Bana Fofana is talking about 5 million. So they are confessing small. My brother, it is good that we say these things ahead of time.
Yeah.
Well,
let me bust up what you said to the followers. You're here to share this video. We say we're not here to preach propaganda. Never. Let me remind follow you get only do your own research or Google search. China get one formula around what they call it Belt and Road Initiative in all over Africa, in Europe, in everywhere. They call it Belt and Road Initiative. Let me tell you something. The particular overpass bridge they will never claim it. They will get acknowledgement. But thank God one person within that group already acknowledged it that Daros did it. You know why it never happened on the last, you know why it never happened? Because of Louis Brown. He voted against China. Louis Brown. You remember when the president withdrew Louis Brown because of a hatred and things, he never wanted to side. Listen, that how these people pull her the people brought people in the country they everywhere was done. They had a place everywhere. Let me tell you something. There was a story in Liberia. Oh, near that overpass bridge, you saw the Calando building.
Yeah.
If you can still remember the Liberian people, let me remind you, we all Liberian. Nobody can make a joy here. Nobody. I think the overpass bridge to connect or can or destroy that. Calando was asking for millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Then we money followers here that same place, that overpass bridge, that same terrain. So the whole ground where everything he president we went to China, initiated everything. They had a blueprint, everything done. Everything or just as Prince said, or just waiting, President we were just waiting for it because they believe in the second term to just come and to do it. But thank God the videos are there. One of them acknowledged, say, oh, when Darrell Jordan came back from China, he said, oh yeah, to be real, President, we are the initiated, they did everything, but we now coming to continue it. Because at times, you remember, he started going against America. He Darrell did it in one video. So let me remind people here. Let me remind followers here. I will send you out to video. We don't preach propaganda. When George Weah took the mantle of authority, he first sonar the State of the Nation address at the Capitol building. Mana Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the former president, was there. City Star Club Marie Weah. You see, United Party can still preach. You see, in that arrest agenda, they talk about rule. No, that George Weah started up talking about the pro rule. George Weah told Liberian people, I'm inheriting, listen, all Liberian the followers. I'm inheriting a broad nation and a broad economy. Down in his speech, he said about the pro. He said, I want to connect this country, the whole country. We need 2 billion, not million of Liberian, $2 billion with the B. You want fact check me? You go to a first sonar to connect the whole Republic of Liberia. You needed $2 billion with the B. In his speech, he said, we're inheriting a broad nation and a broad economy. The former president, Mala Ellen Johnson, said he never debunked it. She was sitting inside Club Marie Weah, but Joseph Boakai was not in that. Joseph Boakai was not at the Capitol building at that particular time. I never know why he never went for that sonar address. But the former president was sitting. How is that cutting law in what the pro agenda mean? So that role you see, the role connectivity, that the bare rock of the George Weah administration, that's the bare rock. That was his greatest passion to connect the whole Republic of Liberia. When you see today, you see all the freedom rule, all these things are going ahead. That is number one thing in the proper agenda, besides other things then, to connect the country. Because since 1847, we never connect our country. We never connect our country. Never, ever. So he had that vision. These are the same vision the Unity Party stole in their arrest agenda. They're talking about agriculture, all road, sanitation, all these things then today. Now, they want to prioritize road now to be one of the biggest. Now they forget about the main one, the agriculture. Where Joseph Boakai come from the agriculture department, that agriculture place, where you were Minister of Agriculture doing Samuel do all these things there today. So they forget about agriculture because why? I think the men brought developmental policy that changed the whole narrative. So that overpass bridge, as display here, it was already locked down. So we're jumping ahead of them. Even if they finish breaking ground, they're breaking ground, but they will never claim it. They got to acknowledge it because we know government continue. But thank God we get video or direct. They don't telling us that God we have started it. So if they finish 1 or 2 years, they finish no problem, all around that bridge whatsoever. But they got to get that acknowledgement. Everything President George put work in it. He did everything. They came for feasibility study. Everybody came down. The Chinese engineer, library engineer. Let me tell you one person that went with that went on the trip. The former public works minister that died. Where it mean?
Maputo Vla Nyimpa.
Maputo Yima, we man follow the quick to forget. He one of the mean guy. All the road connectivity you were hearing about the country. When they bring beyond the road connectivity of Maputo Yimpa, may so rest in peace. One of the genius at that time, working close to George Weah before Malang Kuko King in. So they lay all the blueprint today. So today we're happy for it. We hope it happen, and I hope the Unity Party finish getting all the money they get to construct that bridge. There you go on. It will all live this country, that reality. But the recognition is there. So Prince, we are here. We are here to put our feet to the fire. They will force to recognize. Thank God pull up for one and recognizing now small. They will let the cat out of the bed. I said, Prince, you think the children want to frustrate their political career with the old man that beyond 2029 he will not be relevant anymore? People have political career. They believe they will jump ship. They believe other political parties will come. Other leaders will come. Other people making wave in the country. Even the United Party will stand up with somebody. Probably they will get affiliation with Jeremiah Kuhn and other people. So they will not die. They can't die on that work, and they cannot die on that train. So now they're coming up to talk reality. I told you, by 2027, the whole ball game will change. The narrative will change. Everything. You see people jumping shit. So Prince, that's it. Thank you for flying the particular statement in the video.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. There is something also we want to show to you, my people. You know, President Weah believed in development. For him, he believed that whatever it is to develop Liberia, we must do it. We must make the sacrifices. And that was the reason why many benefits and privileges were denied. Or people were denied so many benefits and privileges. Or gas slip, financial compensation, the other slip, that other slip. He denied them because he wanted to tailor the money towards infrastructure development. I will show you a document here and I will read that document. Because we want to tell these people that President Weah is the father of Liberia modern development. They are forced to do what they are doing, not because they want to do it. But you see, these people are a bunch of criminals. They do not want to spend any new money to initiate any new project. So what they're doing, the project that has already been paid for by the Weah-led administration, that's why they just continuing. And the money that they're supposed to use for development is stealing it. They are eating it. They are eating this money. That's why you see Joseph Numa Boakai is building 10 million on the other side. You're doing this, they're doing that, and all the other side. For them to use the money for the Liberian people to say, okay, since these projects have already been initiated, the money already there, the money that now we have, let's use it to do the other one. Let's use it to do the other one. They are not doing it. Let me show you a document here. A project that was paid for. This is, let me make this bigger enough for our people. Make this bigger enough. My people, this is big enough for all of us to see. And there's a reason why we are doing this. This is the National Oil Company of Liberia coming down all the way. Subject, successful bidding. They were in 2023, and President Weah was still the president of the Republic of Liberia. Project number, NOCA CB001 2023. Proposed contract, construction of building. Let's take our own time. We'll go where we want you to follow us. This is to notify you that your tender date May 16, 2023 for execution of the contract of for the construction of the 5-story building RFB number N NOCA CB 001-2023, we are pleased to inform you that NOCAL has, after prudent consideration of your tender, decided to award the contract to your company in the amount of United States dollars 2,938,000. That is 2,913,857.67 cents, as corrected in accordance with the instruction to bidders have been considered successful. This notification of award will constitute the formation of contract. However, until and unless you finished the performance security of US 145,692.88 cents, that is the constituting 5% of your tender price, the receipt of the notification of award and contract shall not be deemed as active. You are hereby instructed to proceed with the fulfillment of performance security and signing of the contract, blah blah blah. Down there we see authorized signature, the name title here, Anthony Safua Maigre, President and CEO, the National Oil Company of Liberia. My brother Jake, we are seeing the communication here, where the government of President we are paid for this particular project, was able to do the bidding through, the legal process and say, let's start a project. We all know what happened to the Freeport of Monrovia. Freeport has been down there since 1847. They were in continue. President Weah came and changed that entire place. We know what happened to LPRC. That place has been like, I don't know. People will just go there, sit down there, all they interested in taking the money, steal it, and go. But President Weah was able to initiate that particular project of building a modern headquarters. And this is the NOCA. Honor President George Manneh Weah that was paid for already. The money is there. 2,913,857.67 cents was paid for. That money was there, was allocated. Let's go further for you to see the project. Here is the project. The reason why we are showing you this project, oh, sorry, it's not on the screen. Let me just go there. The reason why we are showing you these things because we do not want the government of Joseph Numa Boakai to come tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we don't want. Yes, here's the contract. Here is Safua when she signed the contract with the construction company. Here is it. Here is it when she signed it. Here's the bidding. This is they started, they pay for it, and every other thing. My brother Jake, let me ask you this question. Why is it important? Let me just put myself in some kind of position and ask you. Your CDC people, you continue to cause noise behind all the project. Oh, that we are project, that we are project. For 1 minute, let me just put myself on the other side and you be on the other side. Why are you causing noise behind all the project here? When Joseph Numa Boakai tells you one, oh, that we are project. He tells you one, oh, that we are project. Why are you causing that kind of noise for?
You know why we're causing this noise? Followers, you know why we're making this noise behind the Unity Party? They were the same people who were telling you Georgia did nothing in the country. This is the main issue that we're causing this noise, and we'll flag it. They will never believe it. We will take every project that belongs to him. They lie to the Liberian people that they were just sitting, sleeping at the Jamaican resort or a real mansion whatsoever, doing nothing. All the trip in making nothing. No. He was using that why we hammer now this country. That why we hammer now, we took your taxpayer money, and we took the resources of the Republic of Liberia to pay for all these things today, and some international community that help. This particular project, they did a bidding war. And in the highest bidder whatsoever, $2.1 million. Look at that structure you display. One of its kind ever in the history of our country. That particular building, everywhere is there, a complete, a nice, beautiful. For our country, we never see this kind of thing happening before. So we tell the Unity Party, you're loud when you were in opposition, you spread gibberish and propaganda because you had the media on your side. You have thousands of people on the internet, you spread the gibberish. And CDC never had machinery to debunk you. The CPP, the collaboration of party, they invested millions of dollars into propaganda to derail our peace today, until Georgia pass power today. Yeah. Project upon project, about anything. We get videos and all these things. So, please, we're just telling them, even to break ground, if they can't Boakai to break ground, we're ahead of them now to tell the project is not for you. It was paid for, everything secure, the building, what was done, signature, approved, everything. That's the project we're presenting we are. That's the man I was developing the country since 1847. It never happened before. I can name the Unity Party project from early Johnson Seditan to this time. You can put it on your 10 fingers. I can name over 30 projects from George. We have over right on top of my head yet. We get a redemption, the new redemption hospital will be massive. Then they crazy that stupid JFK. Well, not even come close to it. Grand G there everywhere, administrative building, as he say here, it never happened. At the Freeport of Monrovia, the LPRC, places upon places, NAFTA, where our sister was working in, LFA headquarters, the Laboratory Board Association new headquarters, thousands of project, proper agenda, the proper housing unit in all Ivera counties and things then. Projects upon project that even the president don't even remember some of them. It was just done in 4 years' time because COVID took 2 years. Liberian people, he never complained. He used your taxpayer money. The University of Liberia was free. 30,000 enrollment. 30,000. It never happened before. That's facts. That's fact. That reality. We'll put our feet to the fire. Let it come for debate. No insulting. That reality. 30,000 enrollment. Why fee pay? Carry doctor's salary up to $2,000 per month. University lecturer and professor. I saw students were protesting the country. What is happening today? Lab-dated school, no computer system. They meant digital University of Liberia. It never happened in our history before. You went against a particular man. So pray, we will put the Unity Party and us, they call it fire for fire. They're not running with nothing we're not relenting nothing no more. That's how they won the propaganda war. That's how they lie to the Liberian people. See what's going on in the country now? Anything they dig out, anything they say, 1 minute, we grabbing on them like a lion. We're putting fire upon fire on it to burn it down. That's the only way you can combat them, because you know what? They don't lie. They came to power too loud. They won't govern too loud. Will never allow it. I don't even want to discuss that budget, that $1.some million budget. If they believe that the budget will be that kind of money, let it cancel harmonization. Let it take people's salary up. So there is a reason why we're coming against them concerning development, because we know they're not part of development. They don't develop. No. They are part of violence. They're not tolerant. They don't let freedom. They don't let freedom of press, freedom of speech. They don't debate the issue. They don't insult. You can see it. And the president don't want to unify the country. The president don't even talk about peace. The president don't even talk about peace. They don't unify. They don't want to unify the country. So anyway, they build a journal, how we dancing. So Prince, anything we're going ahead of that kind of massive project you display, they will never claim the project. They will dedicate the project because government continue, yes, but they gotta recognize who started the project. It's only George Weah. So that narrative is sinking down to the Liberian people. The men I just said never did nothing to the country. Now you want to all the things in there, all the project that you're showing. So you're lying to the Liberian people. You have You must break that. I want for the president to break ground for his own signature project. So this is the Boakai project. Even the president leave office tomorrow, what will be his legacy? What will be the president's legacy? The United Party not thinking on it? Or those that surround Boakai, that love Boakai, they'll say, but Mr. President, like I want refined signature project here for you. That when you leave this, when you leave the authority, that we will look back to say this Boakai, this Boakai, this Boakai. We're going to point to 20, we can point to 30 or 25 projects of George Weah today. Because of me, Prince, we get Liska headquarters in the country. The people that we responsible for our maritime, our Mededo, our Blue Whistle, today we get Liska headquarters. It never happened before because of my whistle blowing. We get Liska headquarters in our country. Those are the agents are responsible for our maritime today. Where Ellen Johnson said he lied to the Liberian people that were taking 25 million, Akin and Pohoing, all that lies. Today, they have signature project. Then they have signature project. Look at the one that making me angry. Mita still bring the president here to Spain. To France. For what reason? No, not Mita still work, Prince. Mita still living close to me in Luxembourg. That's the headquarters of Luxembourg. Mita still, Asala Mita, as people may say. They work $100 billion with a B. With a B, but they get your chicken cheese. They let people clapping for Mita still.
I know we can't finish all today, but fellow Liberians, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. My sister Josephine Sewo, Elijah Ponge, Deborah, thank you so much. Alex Moses, Marcus, Howard, thank you all so very kindly. Where we want to say thanks. We appreciate all of you. Our own brother Frank Ogonganu Moluba, the Honorable Secretary General of the CDC USA DMV chapter. We want to say thank you. We appreciate all of you for the time spent with us. My people, tomorrow we'll be here and we'll be looking at the budget. This budget of 1.2 billion is just Joseph Newman Boakai retirement money that he continued to add up. But we'll be here tomorrow. Join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the redemption hour. Again, my brother Jake, I want to say thank you so much for all that you continue to do. And to those of you on the YouTube, those of you on our pages, please follow our YouTube channel. I want to appeal to you. Please follow our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is under the Palava Hut. Please follow us, like the page, and share it.
Share
Meet
it.
again tomorrow.
Salute.
I want to dedicate this music to all of you. All of you. I want to dedicate this music to all of you. From our mother, Sarah K. Dote. And it's very, very nice. I love this music. So until we meet again, my people, take this music and proceed. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's how we do it right here, fellow Liberians. We want to do this one for all of you. For all of you. This one from us to you, Amen. That's from our mother right there. Sarah This is the gospel music that is now reigning in Liberia, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. That's how we do it right here. Until we meet again, my people. Bye-bye.